Today on All Things 80s we have Ratchet and Ironhide. Welcome back to All Things 80s, and here we are with Ratchet and Ironhide, and these two might be the most disappointing of the first wave of Transformers released back in 1984. I say disappointing because once they are transformed into Autobot mode, they do not resemble their cartoon counterparts. However, with that being said, if you are trying to complete a collection of Wave 1, Generation 1 Transformers, you will need them, and as I am trying to do that very thing, I have some. So without further ado, let's get a closer look at these and see what makes them potentially the most disappointing of the Transformers. So here we are with Ratchet and Ironhide, and these are of course the Takara Tomy Encore series reissues. And I have to say, of all the reissues that I've dealt with, which is the Walmart exclusives from Hasbro, the Hasbro commemorative series, and these from Takara Tomy, these are by far the best. Just everything about them screams quality, and they've done the classic packaging as well, nice inserts as well. So because these are essentially the exact same, we don't need to do both of them, so we'll open up Ratchet and use this as the basis of our review. So as I said, packaging looks brilliant. Of course the Japanese just adds that sort of exotic element to it. Cardboard is really thick, glossy cardstock, brilliant. The back here, obviously I'm not able to read anything, and this is in fact a sticker, so I'm not entirely sure what it's hiding, but again, vintage artwork, just a classic scene. So all in all, as I said, these are by far the best reissues that I've encountered. So anyway, get this thing opened up and see what is contained within the box. Wow. Even, I know this is a strange thing to say, but the cardboard is just, it feels great. Ah, awesome. So we have a cutout head for Ratchet here. That's kind of spoiled my reveal as to what made this a disappointing Transformer, but nevertheless, we'll get to that momentarily. So unlike the Chinese knockoffs, these do come with nice inlay trays, and I'm not seeing any instructions in here, but I'm assuming there will be something underneath. I hope there is. Let me just take this out. Ah, yeah, here we go. Yeah, I knew they wouldn't be missing the instructions and stickers. So, take a look at this little package first. That's a lot of Japanese, so obviously I'm not going to be able to translate any of that, but hopefully the pictures do the talking. So we have, first of all, the stickers, and as is to be expected with this quality of reissue, these stickers really do feel good. I'm sure there's going to be no issue applying these, unlike the horrendous stickers that come with the knockoffs. This, I'm assuming, is an offer of some kind. No idea. Website is takaratomyfans.com, so I can maybe visit that later. So if you saw in the box, it didn't have the sort of normal text spec we've come to expect from the reissues, or indeed anything sort of G1, but this is nice glossy card, and I'm assuming these are the text specs for Ratchet. Nice, and the instructions themselves, very similar to the commemorative series, where it's not the old style booklet, and it's a one-sided pamphlet. But anyway, Ratchet. So, any more tape? Yes. There we go. And another inlay. That's interesting. How the hell do I get this off? Wow, am I losing my mind? Oh no, just a thin layer. Okay, wonderful. So, accessories, nice. I'm assuming it's vac metallized. It's very hard to get these out. There we go. Yeah, still on the sprue. Very nice. But onto Ratchet himself. As to be expected, reasonable weight to it. Functions reasonably well as a truck, or an ambulance in this case. So in ambulance mode, it's okay, I guess. It's not as neat as some of the other ones I've had recently in terms of being a usable die-cast vehicle, although the wheels do turn pretty nicely on this. Good weight to it. Not too floppy, whereas some of the Autobots, when they're in the vehicle mode, there are parts sort of flapping off the minute you touch it, but this one holds its shape pretty well. So we'll get it opened up. So this is where things get interesting. I guess we'll go for Ratchet himself first. So I'm assuming it's a case of bringing this forward. Is that right? Let me see. These come out. Okay, I see now. This comes out. This comes forward. And I'm assuming these go flat. Yep. So this really is what I meant when I said this was one of the more disappointing Transformers. This is Ratchet. And I hear you saying, well, where's his head? Well, that's the point. There is no head. There will be a sticker to be applied to the back of the seat, which kind of emulates a head. But again, from what I understand, these were Diaclone toys. And when the cartoon was made, I guess it was determined that he had to have his own proper head, which is why this does not in any way resemble the cartoon character. I did mention when opening the box that it has a cardboard cutout here. I'm not sure I'm going to take that off. I have seen third-party sellers offer a plastic clip-on head, which I might look into, because let's be honest, that is not at all satisfactory as a representation of the character of Ratchet. Now, this is the second part to the toy of Ratchet, and I'm trying to see if I can operate this without too much reference to the instructions. I think I'm getting there. Let's see. Because everything is quite stiff, with one, this being brand new, and two, it being a quality product. We have to get these tracks to come back somehow. What am I doing wrong? Okay. Something like this, is that right? Yeah, I think so. So that's this, I don't know, is it a sled, is it what? But they think it's actually part of Ratchet, so he's supposed to fit on. I think it goes on like this. Like so. Oops, now is that broken or just popped off? Yeah, I think it's just popped off, which I can easily put back on again. Yeah. So now I have to try and get these caterpillar tracks balanced up. Yeah. So this is it. This is Ratchet, and you can see how quite ridiculous it looks. Obviously it forms part of a complete collection, so there's no getting around the fact that if you are a completist, you will need to have this and Ironhide in your collection. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the stickers on, and then we'll come back and give it my final thoughts. So here we are with Ratchet fully stickered up and his weapons are now loaded. I gotta say, it hasn't really changed my opinion of it, that I still do think it looks absolutely ridiculous. Very, very odd looking thing. Now, I don't know how well this is going to come across in this shot, so I may do a separate still image to show you the face that has been stickered on to the back of the chair there. Terrible looking face, but as I said, there are third-party plastic heads that do clip on that I will look into. Now, taking Ratchet out of the skid or sled, whatever you call this thing, even with his stickers applied, and there weren't many actually applied to him, you can see how it's really a pretty disappointing representation of Ratchet. It is what it is. Now, as for this part, very interesting looking thing, isn't it? But this obviously just a solid piece, but this rocket launcher does in fact work, and it's pretty powerful. I think that could do some potential damage to a child's eye, but I'm not sure if in Japan they have the same safety standards as we do, so I don't know what age group this is aimed at. But anyway, all in all, Ratchet, and you have to assume Ironhide, which is the exact same, are definitely not the most attractive looking G1 Transformers, that's for sure. And certainly when it's put together as intended, it does look quite ridiculous. But anyway, if like me you are trying to complete Wave 1, you will need to get these Transformers in your collection. There's no getting around that. As I said, there is the potential to improve it slightly with the clip-on head, which is something I'm definitely going to look for. But all in all, disappointed somewhat. I was expecting it because I knew what I was getting into. So that was Ratchet and Ironhide, and as I mentioned, possibly the most disappointing of Wave 1 simply because they do look kind of ridiculous in Autobot mode. However, still happy to have them, and I'm one step or two steps closer to completing my Wave 1 collection. So hope you enjoyed that. I want to say thank you for watching, with special thanks going out to the patrons. Please like, please subscribe, and as always, stay tuned for more videos from All Things 80s.